She don't run right. Took care of all the codes. Had MAF codes. We had fuel pressure codes. We had boost codes. So we took care of it one at a time, starting with bad MAF sensor. As tested by the video, Florida Van Man video, it wasn't having any change in the voltage on that pin right there, regardless of the throttle, the accelerator. So swapped out the MAF, instantly corrected that symptom, did away with the MAF codes. Kept getting boost codes. Also had a very oily turbo resonator. So we took that off, cleaned it up, put a new O-ring on it. No more oil, no more boost pressure codes. Still had rail pressure codes. Did everything I could to avoid it, but I went ahead and replaced that rail with a fresh used one that I just pulled off of a problem engine in the back. And that did away with the fuel rail codes. Now we are running code-free, no limp mode, but we still got black smoke. And it hesitates to start. Really got to crank it a while to get it to start. Rail pressure comes up to 300 bar, and that's when it starts, but it takes a good 3 or 4 seconds to get that 300 bar. Leak-off test showed equal wear on all 5 injectors, so I'm going to pull them out. Well, I thought before I decided to pull them out, I was going to code the injectors, although I don't believe that's going to make a serious difference. Thought I'd try it and realized that all the injectors have exactly the same code. Then I realized all the injectors have exactly the same serial number. Part number, yeah, part number's correct for our van, no problem there. You know, 044 whatever, 162. I had it memorized a little while ago, but not coming to me right now. But that part number should not, I mean, that serial number there, 1901, and the next digits, that should not be the same. And also the IMA code down here, the big 6 digits, ASH78I, that should not be the same. But I found it is the same on a couple of injectors, and the other injectors don't have IMA codes. So I started pulling injectors out, and that ain't right. Now this is not one with the IMA codes. I mean, it has a 9-digit IMA code instead of identical 6 digits. But it also has that rubber washer that does not belong there. And a super fat copper seal. That is an OEM washer. This fat one with a curb around it definitely is not. If you get injectors that have a rubber O-ring around it, send them back. They're not right. If you won't take my advice on that, at least pull that O-ring off of there, because I guarantee it was not going to hold up to the heat, and it's going to look like this in just a couple 100 miles. This van had injectors put in it before it was driven here 3 hours, and that's what that looks like. These are not the right injectors, and that's why it still doesn't run right. It will later today. I coded the injectors into the ECM, took it for a drive, read the codes, there are none, drives like a dream.